The news that came to my table this afternoon is the fact that this fake Igbo king in South Africa was given a chance. The Igbo community called him. They called him. Igbo community abroad and in Nigeria, they called him and begged this man to apologize to South Africans, but he refused.
When the march on the 30th was announced, okay, we also reached out to the Igbo community in the Eastern Cape that they need to apologize, and the king needs to come on TV and apologize to the people that he did not know the sensitivities of what he was doing, but he refused. Now the day of the march has come, and the king is no longer in his residence. Now the innocent foreigners and the innocent Nigerians are the ones bearing the brunt of his actions. Now Nigerian businesses have been touched. Nigerian cars have been touched in Eastern Cape. They're reported of 26 in hospital right now, injured due to stab wounds and all kinds of wounds, and there's a reported death. All because an idiot decided to crown himself a king in another man's land. Now, going forward, I hope this thing can be resolved. And this thing of being in another man's country and wanting to take over must stop. Go and make your money and leave. But if you are unable to do that, don't go to their country. When it comes to traditional rights and traditional issues, South Africans don't play. And that was why some of us went on damage control mode to apologize on your behalf, hoping that this day will not come. But you were adamant and you refused to apologize. And this is what is happening. This was how you put the Nigerian community in trouble in Ghana as well.
That's what happened, though. When I saw this news, like when I saw this video, my body freeze. Like, is it the kind of people that you guys are supporting? Like, this is the kind of people you guys are supporting. Selfish, self-centered human beings. That's what you guys are supporting. Is that the people? Oh, I believe your eye don't clear now. When I don't see that these fake Igbo kings and every other people that are carrying their shoulder up and making you feel uncomfortable in other countries, I hope you know that they don't give a fuck about you. Are you aware now? Do you know now? They asked this man to come out and apologize. He said, no. Guys, without wasting much of your time, let's get right into the video so you hear it from the horse's mouth. But before we watch, I would love to say a very big thank you to my returning subscribers. Thank you so much for always clicking in. And if you're new here, my name is Delphina. I'm super happy to have you here. Please don't make it your last by subscribing to the channel, like this video and share the video. Also do want to press the notification bell to get notified whenever I drop another one. Guys, I'm sorry for the background noise. Yeah, the noise wouldn't stop me from feeding you guys here. So let's get right into the video, and definitely I'll be back because of course I have something to say at the end of the video. Let's watch.
In Igbo tradition, any king that is not ruling from his hometown, from where he came from, that person is not a king. You will leave your own country, you will go to another person's country, and you'll be claiming to be a king, whereas those people said they don't want anything kingship in their country. This thing happening in South Africa shouldn't have even started in the first place. Now, plenty of people are losing their shop. This thing might enter to becoming something that most of us cannot even handle it. People came out and said they don't want anything kingship in their country. You cannot be in somebody's country and you are claiming to be a king. It's not done. Even you are a Igbo man. If you are not king in your homeland, you are not a king. Only king that I recognize as a king are the kings that are ruling from their homeland, their village. Go, 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 go. I don't know what is wrong with us. Everybody want to carry crown on his head. Eh? Now, see what you as a king is causing to your own people. So many people, their shop have been locked down in South Africa. So many people, their shop have been bugged down in South Africa. Because of what? Because you want to be a king. You want to carry that crown on your head. It's high time. Nigerians, it's high time we reason like a human being. Your country is not even working properly. And you are in another man's country, want to be a king. You want to rule somebody in your own country. Whereas you never come back to arrange your own country. If your country is good, why would you be running away to go and rule some people in their own country? It's high time you get sense in this part of the world we are living. What is wrong with us? Everybody is calling Nigeria because of what? Is it greed or what? The other day it be Ghana, now it be South Africa. What is wrong with us now? You went to South Africa to do business. You didn't go there to be a king. You didn't went there to be a king. You went there to do a business. So why are you dragging to become a king in another person's country? Huh? Seriously, this thing doesn't make sense. It's so annoying.
One of our Igbo brothers in Eastern Cape, South Africa, was coronated as the king of the Igbos in Eastern Cape. People like us that are familiar with the culture, we knew there was going to be trouble. So the first thing, we went on damage control mode. I apologized to the South Africans that was trying to, win them over, that we were sorry. All that was requested was for the so-called Temu King to apologize to the South African, which he refused. The Igbo community and the Igbo elders decided not to talk about it, and they said they were ready for whatever the South Africans were going to do. When the march on the 30th was announced, okay, we also reached out to the Igbo community in the Eastern Cape that they need to apologize, and the king needs to come on TV and apologize to the people that he did not know the sensitivities of what he was doing, but he refused. Now the day of the march has come, and the king is no longer in his residence. Now the innocent foreigners and the innocent Nigerians are the ones bearing the brunt of his actions. Now Nigerian businesses have been touched. Nigerian cars have been touched in Eastern Cape. They're reported of 26 in hospital right now, injured due to stab wounds and all kind of wounds, and there's a reported death. All because an idiot decided to crown himself a king in another man's land. Now, going forward, I hope this thing can be resolved. And this thing of being in another man's country and wanting to take over must stop. Go and make your money and leave. But if you are unable to do that, don't go to their country. When it comes to traditional rights and traditional issues, South Africans don't play. And that was why some of us went on damage control mode to apologize on your behalf, hoping that this day will not come. But you were adamant and you refused to apologize. And this is what is happening. This was how you put the Nigerian community in trouble in Ghana as well. So we all know what our fathers' names are. Going forward, we will all bear our father's name. Apologies to the South African as well. I hope this issue can be resolved.
There was a time I decided anytime any foreign national attacks South African men, especially people from my country, I jump to intervene. And one stupid old man that I've blocked by the grace of God said, "You fancy South Africa so much, allow the South African men to fight for themselves." And I laughed. I said, this guy does not even know what it looks like or what it feels when South African men fight for themselves. You think South African men are these kind of people that will be typing on Facebook, commenting to insult? No, it is the women that do that. The men are always quiet. In their little hole, they will just be there watching how things have been done. Well, now, ladies and gentlemen, I want to show you now what it looks like when South African men, when they decide to fight for themselves. I want to play you a video of the leader of the Zulu, what he said about foreign nationals. And after you watch it, I'm going to say something about that video.
Wengane zakwethu akukholakali ngicela ukunitshela mina njengoba ngime lapha phambi kwenu akukholakali kodwa ngicela ukunitshela ukuthi abantu bokufika bazohamba okhoshe ngabo webafowethu angifuni mina ukuthi ngithi ngithembe nina ngoba nibaningi ngingaka mina ngingedwa kuqala nendoda kufanele yona iyodwa ithi yona bazohamba ngithi mina bazohamba ungakapheli lo nyaka bazohamba bonke abantu nje abafuna ukushawa abangafuni ukuhlonipha la ezweni abakhoshisa wonke umuntu yilabo kuthiwa ama-Nigerians bafuna ukufaka iduku labo bantu.
According to the interpretation that I received by the help of my wife, is that he is saying that before the end of this year, 2026, all foreigners will go. He is saying it on his own honor, that all foreigners must go. He said he doesn't trust all the people that are standing before him. He trusts himself that all foreigners are leaving South Africa, whether you like it or not. And then he specifically said Nigerians that have refused to respect them in their country needs to be beaten up. So that means we will not only be deported, we will be beaten up. And you know what it means for the Zulu to beat you up. Now, you see that their stick that has a round stuff on it. That stick is what they use in beating. And after they beat you up, the Cossacks will now come with a tire and give you a necklace. So the battle line is drawn now. I have been warning Africans, stop disrespecting South Africans. He specifically mentioned the word disrespect and mentioned the name Nigerians. That means that our life in this country is in danger. It will get to a particular time, our safety will not be guaranteed in this country, thanks to the people that are breaking the laws. Thanks to a particular tribe that decided to go and ship all their customs and tradition, bring it to a foreign land, disrespecting the culture and tradition of that land, disrespecting their traditional leaders, disrespecting everything that they stand for, disrespecting the existing chiefs, the existing traditional leaders that is already in that place, people that fought for this land, people that died, they killed and they were killed. You brought your own chieftaincy title from wherever hellhole you came from, you brought it to a place. You know nothing about their history, you know nothing about their struggle. Thank you so much. You see, me begging South Africans right now for Ubuntu, I think that time is over now. It is too late. We just have to wait and watch. On the 30th, please, every foreign national in Eastern Cape, please close your doors, your business doors. Because the one that happened in Durban yesterday, it was deadly. In short, I am still traumatized with the way people turn up for that, the way the Zulus got involved. These are the people that have been praying, let them just remain in their kingdom there. Let us not offend them, let them not get involved. My dear, but it looks like the Zulu now, they are involved. The leader of the Zulu, he has given his own words on foreign nationals that they must go before the end of this year. And he specifically said that Nigerians should be beaten up because we are disrespectful. And I think at this point, I think it's right. We need to be beaten up. You see, I will tell you something, Nigerians. I'm not going to die for anybody's crime. I know. You see me, I'm going to save myself because I love my family. I want to be with them. But for you that are committing crime in this country, I have been speaking against this. When I speak against this, you people will threaten my life. At this particular point, killing me now is useless now, because what we need to concentrate on now is how to stay alive. How the innocent among us needs to stay safe in South Africa. Need to stay alive. We don't have country to go back to. Our country is in chaos. The Zimbabweans, they have a country to go back to if anything happens. The Congolese, their country is stable. Ghanaians' country is stable. But we have a country that is upside down. There's kidnapping, there's war, there's a lot of things going on. We are the one misbehaving in foreign land. And when we talk, they will call us name. I want to thank the Igbos. I posted something yesterday begging you people to apologize to South Africans. Some people still came and insult me. You see, I have no words for you people. I just want all of you to watch the space and see how things are going to play out.
When we come out here and we are talking, hey, you guys should allow us to live peacefully in the country that we found peace. But you guys don't want to listen. You don't want to listen. We ran away from Nigeria and we are scattered in different countries, but we don't want to learn. We don't want to even learn from those people that are hosting us. We don't want to learn. But rather, we are there challenging them. Challenging them for what? That fake Igbo king in South Africa do not care about people. All he cares about is himself. Very selfish human being. Look at what is happening in South Africa now because of that very man. He refused. Pride made him not to come out and say a word, not to apologize to them. What is it if you come out and say you are sorry? You do not know that all these things that you did is not allowed. Simple, but pride, like you are proud. You don't even care about other people. You are the cause of everything happening. This fake Igbo king in South Africa. Everywhere, when I get fake Igbo king, Lagos State, fake Igbo king, Ghana, fake Igbo king, South Africa, fake Igbo king. Who knows which country will come next? Which country again? You better stop all this nonsense you are doing, no? If you go to people's country, calm down and do the right thing. Even though you have the whole world, the whole money, not be every country worship money like you guys.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, Progressive Forces of South Africa. I am standing on behalf of the Acting High Commissioner, Ambassador Temitope Ajayi. He was supposed to be here, but he's attending another diplomatic function because this is not common time to us. And so, on behalf of His Excellency and on behalf of the federal government of Nigeria, I want to say, first and foremost, to apologize for the event that happened recently. I want to let you know that Nigeria is a responsible country. A country that observes rule and law and observes rule and law of other countries. Nigeria has no interest. Please hear me well. The nation called the Federal Republic of Nigeria has no interest to destabilize South Africa. It's unfortunate that these things are happening the way they're happening. But I want to let you know that Nigeria is not out to destabilize South Africans or destabilize the country. Nigeria is a friend to South Africa. Some of us may not know. I won't go back to the history. But I want to let you know, just as you rightly said, during apartheid, Nigeria played a great role. Students. Okay, excuse me. Please. Okay, I won't disagree with you. Please, I will ask you. Some of you that you can listen to music. You can listen to music of Sonny Okosu. Some of our reggaes, every track of them singing about the freedom of this country, saying who holds the Papa's land. South Africans holds the Papa land. So what I'm saying, that Nigeria is a friend of South Africa. We are interested in the progress of South Africa. But what happened recently, Nigeria does not support irresponsibility. The embassy of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, the High Commission here, does not support any irresponsibility. So please, I am on behalf of the High Commissioner, on behalf of the embassy, and on behalf of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, I am tendering our apology to the traditional institutions of South Africa. And I'm not sure those ways, those steps are followed. So he cannot become a king. So he is just there to celebrate their cultural activities, to celebrate themselves as cultural thing, not as a political institution, not as traditional institution. And that was why I said I offer our apology to the traditional institutions in South Africa. We say sorry to whatever has happened. The embassy will never in any way encourage undermining the authority or undermining their traditional institutions. No, we will not do that. So because of this, His Excellency has been engaging. He even wrote a letter. I wouldn't know the title of the king, but he wrote a letter to him. And if you have looked at it, I've seen some of a deputy minister who also said we have received a letter from the embassy that the High Commissioner, the acting High Commissioner, is willing to meet with the king to first and foremost offer apology and to declare our support for the traditional institutions in South Africa.
When we talk, you guys will come and be saying, yeah. I know so many of you were happy because I've not been posting for days. You think maybe something happened to me. But I'm here campaign, and now so we go, they bring out news about you until you are ready to change. Until you are ready to change. Can you imagine? You guys don't even love yourself. These Igbo people, some of you don't love yourself. If not, why would this man open his dirty mouth and say he's not going to apologize to South Africans? That means he doesn't even care about you. But are you guys aware at all? Are you aware that your fellow Igbo people, your fellow Biafrans, they don't love you? Everybody care about himself and his family. If you're not aware, you better take it now. Yes, know it now. I'm giving you this free of charge without any kobo. Yes, free. See me, see wahala. Nobody will join me in this fight. All this thing that is happening, we now go carry that load alone. We now go carry the load alone. The last time I checked, when all this riot is happening in Kaduna State, yes, it was happening. Nobody was saying anything about it. We carry the cross alone now. So why are you trying to involve us in all these things you are doing? So long as I did Ghana, I'm in Ghana. If anybody commits some shit, if you're a Nigerian, I will come out and talk. And you have no right to come and shut me. Later you come and open your mouth and be saying, why are you bringing the name of your country down? What the, are you kidding me? Which country? Is Nigeria a country? That war zone? People are running away from where? Is it a country? Places they call country are places that people are living peacefully. Peace of mind. Peace of mind is just what we are asking for. We are not asking for money, nothing. Peace of mind. Just give us the peace. Some of us, our parents, we grew up to see our parents hustling. They never work or benefit from any governmental. We grew up to see them hustling themselves. And so other people will just come and be making life uncomfortable for us. Why? We will not accept that. Never. Never. If other people will, me, Delphina Tumayashi, I will not accept it. It's unacceptable. And as they do, I go to come here to talk about some guys. This is it. This is the news. And I think I'll have to round up here because of the background noise. If I said I would talk, I will keep talking. I will talk for a very long time. So it's better for me to, just cut it up here and the work going on. I don't want you guys to be bored about, noise can make something boring sometimes. So thank you so much for watching. And to my returning subscribers, thank you so much for always clicking in. And if you're new here, my name is Delphina. I'm super happy to have you here. I love you. Yeah, you should know that I love you. So what do you have to do? Like the video, share, and subscribe if you did not subscribe. Also do auto press the notification bell to get notified whenever I drop another one. I love you always. Bye-bye.